Greetings, it is I, Pepperbelly, here again with another terrible quality video of Blacklight Tango down. Sorry, I cannot help myself, as I previously stated in the other introductory video that I posted not long ago. Well, here I am playing Team Deathmatch on Post Alley, which is a map I usually used to use the shotgun for, but since the patch, since they nerfed the shotgun significantly, now it's an absolutely terrible gun. I rarely use it. I used to use it on this map, Slumlord, and another one I don't exactly remember. I think it was Warfare or something like that. The way they spell is W-H-A-R-E, you know. And, that map, there's only 3 maps I really used to use the shotgun, but now since it's almost completely useless, I always use the SMG now. So I have the SMG set up so it has the 2x ACOG tactical scope. It's absolutely perfect for CQB. I mean, when I use CQB in any game, close quarters, it's absolutely amazing for it. The scope, I mean, as you see in the introductory video, I am pretty much killing things in close quarters while zooming in and having perfect control of my scope. It also has long range. I mean, this thing is kind of an overpowered gun, so it has like retarded range on it. It's pretty good though. I mean, it's not too overpowered. Players just need to know how to use the other guns to counter an SMG, which I do effectively, but in this match, well, I'm using the SMG, so I can't actually show you that. So basically, this game is kind of interesting. It's not the best way to show off what I'm capable of doing, like, right away, considering, well, I lose this game. So, I mean, my team loses in this game, but you can see the skill I have in this game. It's still, I mean, I'm a little rusty in the beginning, but you'll see later on in the video, and if you keep watching, how much better I'll get. And I mean, I'll be like, these guys try to basically spawn camp us and kill us while we're coming out of our spawn, which is, like, that's what I use all the time. That's my tactic in almost every game. I'll go to their base and I won't exactly camp in one spot. I'll kind of move around and about and just start like picking off targets whenever they come out and just run into my crosshairs pretty much. So that's what I would do. They're basically doing that to us now because my team is not really that good. So this game really does show you how teamwork is everything. Okay, if I'm playing with a team that is absolute garbage, I'm just gonna be brutally honest here, that absolutely sucks, I'm gonna lose. Almost guaranteed. I mean, I'll have more kills than my teammates combined, and sometimes, not in this game, but I'll have less deaths than them too. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. And then they have a lot of deaths and barely any kills, which goes to show you that is the basis of how the other team's winning. They have more players, because usually the players on my team will start giving up. So they have significantly more players, and they will just start pounding on us until we start quitting, people on my team, which is unfortunate because I know we can win if they just stuck in, or if they just stop dying. I mean, it's, you can't really just base it off of that. People die because they, I mean, I'm not going to say everyone has to be good, like, you better be good on my team or I'm going to, there's nothing I can really do about it anyway. So usually the amount of players on each team really does determine the winning side. Now, even though we're getting spawn rushed pretty badly, a lot of players tend to quit when that happens, alright? For me, I don't. I welcome that challenge. And what I'm doing in this tutorial video is to show you ways I actually fight them off, countless waves of enemies as they're running into our spawn trying to kill us as we come out. Most people, like, I've played games where I'd be pinning guys under their spawn, they'd run out, I'd shoot them, they'd run out, I shoot them again, just that, literally no effort. I mean, it's that easy. They just keep running out, they just run into my crosshair. It's like as if there's a huge, like, target painted on them just saying, shoot here, those typical things you see on the internets. And, yeah, so that's basically what I do. I just take them out, and most people quit because they think this game is terrible for spawn rushing and spawn camping people when they're trying to get out of the spawn. The reason why I want to make this video is because people aren't patient. Now, depending on how open the map is, really determines on how you can rush the people that are trying to camp your spawn. Now, on this map in particular, you have to move fast, and you see me doing it countless times. If you try to slowly pick off one target at a time on a map that has a very limited exits into the map from the spawn point, you're gonna get hammered. And I mean, you see it happen to me in this video several times. I'll run to the spawn and I'll get shotgunned right in the face, you know, and I'll rinse and repeat the same thing, and you'll see me die again by the same guy, and then I kind of revert my tactics, which is another thing players should do: adapt. People don't seem to do that. You adapt to every changing situation. So when something bad is happening, like getting spawn camped, and you're dying by doing a certain specific, you know, you do the certain thing over and over again, you keep dying doing that, then stop freaking doing it. You know, most people are like, I mean, I play against people, they'll keep trying the same thing against me, I just keep killing them over and over and over again, and eventually they just rage quit. So, I mean, how hard is it to think? Don't do that. What, do you need to slap you in the face every time you keep doing that to realize, okay, it's going to hurt every time I keep doing this? Just learn beforehand. It's not that hard. You adapt. Simple as that. You kind of change up your tactics a bit. You think of different ways you can kind of screw the enemy over, which is what I love about doing in video games, is when they think they have the advantage, and then you use that, like, you use what they have to your advantage to take them out. HRV is perfect for that, the hyper reality visor in this game. You can see where they all are. So like when you're in the spawn point, just flick it on. Okay, there's a target, alright, throw a grenade that way, run around this corner, and then just gun the other guy down. Turn around and then pick off the stragglers. You know, something like, you know, just kind of do a strategy like that in your head. You know, you just kind of do like a map like you would for football or something, or any type of sport when you like draw out your plans and your moves. Basically something similar to that. I said I was going to talk about this, I completely forgot. Snapping. In this video I don't really have any, I mean there's only like a couple spots where I actually snap. Snapping is a very, very effective way of eliminating your enemies and your opponents. I do it in this video a couple of times. Basically, the way of doing it, similar to, well, pretty much exactly like you do in paintball. There's only a difference. In paintball, you have your feet right behind your bunker, and you pivot your entire upper body, so you kind of snap out, and you're aiming down your sights, and you let off a few rounds, and then you come back, exposing maybe just your shoulder, obviously your gun, and a little bit of your head. Well, in a video game, you can't do that, alright? In a video game, there's no lean, so you kind of put your entire body out and then come back in. Now, there's different methods to doing that, alright? I mean, it depends on how the distance of your target in the situation you're in. If you're in a claustrophobic area where you're like, I mean, everything is just enclosed, really small, don't zoom in, alright? Simple as that. Because you want to have a better field of view of where everyone is, because there can be people in, you know, corners and stuff, and people just coming out of like staircases and just coming in through the doors and shooting you while you're trying to snap on one guy. So basically what you want to try to do is snap out just so about half of your screen, where your crosshair is, about halfway from the end of your screen, to be showing outside of your cover, obviously. So when you do that, you spray a couple of rounds until you start seeing your crosshairs begin to spread, and then you move back into the cover. And you do it again, and it usually depends on how far the guy is. If the guy you're fighting is relaxed and slow, then you can take your time with it. But if he's rushing you and trying to kill you, and you want to eliminate him really fast, okay, you got to keep snapping in and out like you just got to go in, out, in, out, in, out, kind of like you're banging the hottest chick in the world, alright? Like, I mean, just something crazy like that, just come in and out and just start pumping rounds at the guy until he dies. Another method is usually when it requires a little bit more practice, but usually for ranged targets. You don't hold the zoom in button, by the way, when you're doing this. Basically, all you do is you're behind the cover, and you do the same thing as before, except when you come out right as you're pulling the trigger, you zoom in. Acquire a perfect aim, and just fire a salvo of rounds. Let go of the trigger, move back in. And what this does is it lets you fire with amazing accuracy while you keep your speed, and that's crucial to snapping. You need to be quick, okay, because you want to limit the amount of exposure you have to the enemy's bullets. Alright? Another method of snapping is usually when the guy doesn't know where you are. This is a different method of snapping. If you want to conceal your position from everyone else, but you want to eliminate this guy really badly, you hold down the zoom button and you kind of slowly creep out, and then you do it so you're not entirely hiding your body, but you just keep snapping in and out. And the guy doesn't really, he kind of just thinks, you know, what the hell is he doing, kind of coming in and out. But like, basically you're just slowly putting your crosshair back behind the cover and then bringing it back out a little bit just to fire a couple rounds, go back, and just keep rinse and repeat until he dies. Usually it can just happen right almost immediately. different methods of snapping, which this is the one I absolutely love, is basically when you rush the guy right as you're in the middle of it. So you'll pop out, you'll snap him, you pop back in, and you're hiding there, right? And then you come out, you snap him again, and then he thinks you're going to do it again, but then all of a sudden you just come running out, charging him down, slicing the pie, which is basically you're strafing like while keeping your crosshair on him, and just keep pumping rounds into him until he drops. And usually they don't expect that, and so it's a really nice surprise tactic you can use. So they don't, like, I mean, come on, you're sitting there shooting the guy, he's fully exposed, you're snapping in and out, he just thinks he's just going to wait for you to snap out again, but all of a sudden you come running right out and then just, I mean, Rambo, just unload on him with your M60 until his head explodes. You know, just crazy shit like that. So that's, like, the snapping technique. Bunkering follows the same similar thing to that, which I'll explain. I'll try to find the specific part in a video. I'll try to do it in a video to show you what I'm talking about. But basically that's just the basis of snapping. So the only way to practice that is, well, to get in the game and just, I mean, strafe really back and forth really quickly. Simple as that. So, you know, that's all I got for this video today. That's the end of the video. That's all I got to explain. I'll make more Team Deathmatch games, more commentaries, talking a little bit more about other stuff, which will kind of help you out with more ways of kind of letting the enemy play into your hands. So, later guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video.